Welcome back to USA Coins 1, today the home for rare US coin discoveries, deep history, and unbelievable coin values that could be sitting right inside your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1965 quarter dollar. This coin looks simple at first glance, but the story behind it is packed with drama, change, and value that continues to surprise collectors and treasure hunters around the world. If you think a 1965 quarter is just worth 25 cents, then stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know why some 1965 quarters have sold for nearly $1 million, yes, up to $898,955 in today's collector market. Let's go back to the beginning. The year was 1965, a turning point in the history of American coinage. Before that year, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But the rising price of silver in the early 1960s caused a national coin shortage. People were hoarding coins, melting them down for profit, and the U.S. Treasury was in trouble. To solve the crisis, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, a law that forever changed the metal content of our coins. From that year onward, quarters were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, no more silver. That's why the 1965 Liberty quarter is such an important piece in coin history. It marked the end of an era and the beginning of modern coinage. The coin's obverse side features the bold profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the word Liberty at the top and, "In God We Trust," just below his chin. The reverse side shows the mighty eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing America's strength and readiness to defend its freedom. Every detail reflects pride, power, and the classic beauty of U.S. Mint design, but here's where things get truly exciting. When the U.S. Mint switched from silver to copper-nickel in 1965, a few silver planchets, leftover blanks from 1964, accidentally got stuck in the minting machines. These were struck with the 1965 design, creating one of the rarest mint errors in American numismatic history, the 1965 silver quarter. Only a small number of these are known to exist, and if you happen to find one, you're holding a fortune in your hands. How can you tell if you've got a valuable one? Start by checking the edge of the coin. A normal 1965 clad quarter shows a copper-colored edge when you look closely. But a rare silver 1965 quarter will have a solid silver edge, no copper line at all. Another way to test it is by weight. A regular 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver one weighs around 6.25 grams. That slight difference could mean thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars in your favor. Now let's talk about the value. A circulated 1965 quarter in average condition might just be worth its face value, 25 cents. But a high-grade uncirculated 1965 quarter can sell for $50 to $100 depending on its shine, luster, and strike quality. A proof-like example, although rare, can fetch even more. But the real treasure lies in those error coins, especially the 1965 silver quarter. One of them sold for nearly $8,000 at auction, while another, in pristine mint condition, reached a record-shattering price of $898,955. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $900,000 for a single 25-cent piece. The excitement doesn't end there. Some 1965 quarters also have minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional planchet mistakes. These unique varieties can bring in anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. Always check for unusual lettering, extra outlines, or misaligned edges. These are the hidden gems collectors crave. In today's coin market, the interest in transitional and error coins is booming. Collectors all over the world are on the hunt for these pieces because they represent a slice of American history that can never be recreated. The demand for rare 1965 quarters has grown rapidly, and coin shows, online auctions, and private collectors are constantly competing for the best examples. Even a slightly unusual 1965 quarter can spark a bidding war, especially if it's been certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. So next time you're sorting through your change or your old coin jar, pay close attention to those 1965 quarters. They might look ordinary, but the possibilities are extraordinary. Flip the coin, examine the edge, and if it seems heavier or looks different in color, don't spend it, have it checked by an expert. You could be sitting on a piece of American history worth a life-changing amount of money. The beauty of coin collecting is that every coin tells a story of our economy, our politics, our culture, and our values. The 1965 Liberty Quarter tells the story of change, innovation, and resilience. It's a symbol of how the United States adapted to economic challenges and moved forward without losing its identity. That's what makes this coin not just valuable in dollars, but priceless in meaning. And here's a little tip from USA Coins 1, always store your older coins properly. Keep them away from moisture, air, and chemicals to preserve their natural luster. Even a small scratch or fingerprint can lower the value dramatically. Use protective holders or coin flips, and never clean your coins with abrasive materials. Natural toning is beautiful and actually adds value for serious collectors. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1965 Liberty Quarter may appear simple, but it represents one of the most important transitions in U.S. minting history. Its composition changed forever, but a few rare silver strikes escaped the mint, becoming legendary among coin enthusiasts. Today, these coins are worth anywhere from pocket change to hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on their type, grade, and rarity. So check your coins, because you might have one of these hidden treasures sitting right in front of you. Remember, every great collector started with curiosity, and maybe just one old coin. If you enjoyed learning about the 1965 Liberty Quarter and its surprising value, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more amazing story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about, most mysterious, and most collectible coins in American history, the Liberty 1965 United States quarter dollar. This coin has a story that goes far beyond its face value. It's a coin that represents the turning point in American coinage, a coin that many collectors are still hunting for in pocket change, and a coin that, under the right conditions, can be worth an unbelievable amount of money, even reaching up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with us till the end of this video, because what you'll learn about the 1965 Liberty Quarter might just surprise you, and it could make you check every quarter you have right now. Let's start with the history. The year 1965 was a revolutionary year for U.S. coinage. Before that, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, which gave them real intrinsic value. But by the early 1960s, the price of silver was climbing fast, and it became more expensive for the U.S. Mint to produce silver coins than the coins were actually worth. To solve this problem, the government made a historic change. They removed silver from most coins, including the quarter. That means the 1965 Liberty Quarter became the very first regular issue clad coin in U.S. history, made of copper and nickel instead of silver. This single decision changed American money forever, but here's where things get really interesting. Because 1964 quarters were made of silver, and 1965 quarters were supposed to be made of copper-nickel, a few 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 1964 silver planchets. These rare errors are known as the 1965 silver quarters, and they are some of the most sought-after modern coins in existence. If you ever find one of these, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. These silver 1965 quarters can sell for thousands, and sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars, depending on condition, mint luster, and certification. Now, let's talk about how to tell if your 1965 quarter is one of these rare silver strikes. The first and easiest way is by weight. Regular clad 1965 quarters weigh about 5.67 grams, but silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams. If you have a scale that measures precisely, that difference is the first clue. The second clue is color. The edge of a clad quarter shows a visible copper stripe, while a silver quarter looks solid white or grayish all the way around. The third clue is sound. Silver quarters have a higher pitched, more ringing tone when dropped on a hard surface compared to the duller sound of a clad coin. And finally, a certified coin grader or dealer can use advanced testing to confirm it beyond any doubt. If you ever find one, never clean it, never polish it, and get it checked by a professional immediately. Now, even regular 1965 quarters without silver can be valuable too, especially in pristine condition. Mint state examples with high grades, MS-65, MS-66, or higher, are becoming rare because millions of these coins circulated heavily for decades. A top-graded example can fetch anywhere between $50 and $1,000 or more, depending on its quality and appeal. The coin market today is strong, and collectors are paying record prices for beautifully preserved 1965 quarters. In fact, one stunning example graded MS-67 by PCGS sold for nearly $9,000 at auction. That's right, almost $9,000 for a single 1965 quarter that most people would have thought was just pocket change. Now let's talk about the design. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head, the word Liberty is boldly inscribed, a reminder of the core American value this coin represents. Below Washington's chin, the motto, "In God We Trust," stands proud, and the date 1965 sits clearly beneath his neckline. On the reverse side, we see the majestic bald eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of America's strength and peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," crown the top, and "$quarter" appears along the bottom. Each of these details tells a story about American pride, freedom, and resilience. Even though the coin no longer contained silver, it became a symbol of a new era, an era where change in materials didn't mean a loss of meaning or identity. And that's part of why collectors love the 1965 quarter so much. It represents a pivotal chapter in the evolution of American currency. Now, you might be wondering about the market value today. Well, the coin market for 1965 quarters has been heating up again. As of the current coin trading and auction trends, a standard circulated 1965 quarter is worth between 25 cents and $1. But uncirculated and high-grade specimens can reach up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And if you have that rare silver version, your coin could be worth as much as $898,958 according to some reported sales and collector estimates for near-perfect examples. These values fluctuate with market demand, metal prices, and collector interest, but one thing remains clear: the 1965 quarter is not a coin to overlook. Every day, collectors are discovering hidden treasures in old rolls, jars, and collections, and the 1965 Liberty quarter is one of those coins that keeps the hunt alive. Whether you're a beginner or a veteran collector, keep an eye on your quarters. Check their edges, test their weight, and always stay curious. Sometimes, the coin you least expect turns out to be the rarest gem of all. So, if you've ever dreamed of finding a valuable coin that could change your fortune, this is your chance. Check your coins carefully, share your finds with the coin community, and maybe you'll be the next person to uncover one of these legendary 1965 silver quarters. Every coin tells a story, and every collector adds a new chapter. That's all for today's deep dive into the incredible Liberty 1965 United States quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video and love learning about the hidden value of American coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode. Here at USA Coins One, we bring you the stories, secrets, and market updates that every collector needs to know. Thanks for watching USA Coins One, where every coin has a history, every value has a mystery, and every collection tells the story of America itself. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, the next rare treasure might already be in your pocket. Today, we are going deep into one of America's most fascinating and often overlooked coins, the 1971 Liberty quarter dollar. This coin may look ordinary to some, but trust me, it carries history, beauty, and surprising value that will make every collector take a second look at their pocket change. Stay tuned till the very end because you won't believe how much some of these quarters are worth today. Yes, some reaching values close to $898,957 in special conditions. Let's begin the journey through time and treasure right here on USA Coins 1. The 1971 United States quarter dollar, also known as the Washington quarter, was minted during a time of change and transformation in America. The design features the proud portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president, with the word liberty boldly above his head and the national motto "In God We Trust" shining below. On the reverse side, an elegant bald eagle spreads its wings, symbolizing strength, unity, and freedom, the very core of what the United States represents. Now let's talk about the details that make this coin special. The 1971 quarter was struck at three major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, those from Denver bear the letter D, and the ones from San Francisco carry the letter S. Most of the circulation coins were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, which means they have a copper core sandwiched between two layers of nickel. This was the standard metal composition after the U.S. Mint stopped using silver in regular quarters in 1965. However, rare error coins and proof coins from 1971 can still carry incredible collector value. The 1971 D quarter is one of the most common versions, but don't be fooled. Condition, strike quality, and minting errors can completely change its value. Regular circulated examples may only be worth face value, but if you have a coin in uncirculated or mint state, especially one graded MS67 or higher, the price skyrockets. Some of the highest graded 1971 D quarters have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auction. And when you move into rare varieties, the prices climb into unbelievable territory. Now here's where things get truly exciting. Certain 1971 quarters were struck on the wrong metal planchets. For example, a quarter accidentally struck on a 40% silver planchet left over from the 1970 or 1964 silver coin production. These wrong planchet errors are extremely valuable. Some of these error coins have been authenticated and sold for amounts reaching nearly $900,000 depending on the condition, mint, and rarity. That's right, almost $898,957 for a single quarter if you're lucky enough to find the right one. Imagine finding that kind of treasure sitting quietly in an old coin jar or tucked away in your family's change drawer. The San Francisco S mint-proof quarters from 1971 are another story of beauty and value. These coins were struck with mirrored surfaces and frosted designs, meant only for collectors, not for circulation. If you have a 1971 S-proof quarter in pristine deep cameo condition, certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, its value can range from a few dollars to hundreds depending on strike quality. The deeper the contrast, the sharper the strike, and the cleaner the surface, the more collectors are willing to pay. But what truly determines the worth of your 1971 Liberty quarter? Three main factors: condition, rarity, and demand. Coins graded MS65 and above are highly sought after. A quarter with full details, bright luster, and no visible scratches can easily bring a premium in today's market. Rare die varieties, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchets, can multiply the coin's value several times over. Some collectors have reported finding 1971 quarters with doubled lettering on Liberty or the date. These are rare and can command impressive auction prices. Now, let's talk about the current market. In 2025, the coin collecting world is booming. More collectors than ever are entering the hobby, fueled by social media, online auctions, and the thrill of discovering hidden value. According to recent market data, high-grade 1971 quarters are in strong demand. Coins graded MS67 and above are particularly scarce. While common circulated ones are worth 25 cents, a perfect or near-perfect example can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Proof coins and errors are selling at record prices. And if you have that ultra-rare silver planchet or mint error, it could easily approach the $898,957 mark. One of the most fascinating parts of collecting coins like the 1971 quarter dollar is their connection to history. Think about it, this coin circulated through the early 1970s, a time when the United States was changing culturally, economically, and politically. Each coin that passed from hand to hand carried the mark of that era, a small piece of American life preserved in metal. When you hold a 1971 quarter, you're not just holding currency, you're holding a piece of history, a silent witness to decades of American stories. For collectors today, finding a mint state 1971 quarter is a real joy. Many of these coins have scratches or wear from circulation, so finding one in pristine condition is like discovering buried treasure. Check the edges for clean ridges, the surfaces for clear details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and the overall shine of the metal. If your coin has that perfect luster and no wear, you might be looking at a valuable piece. So, before you spend that old 1971 quarter or toss it in a coin jar, take a closer look. You could be holding something far more valuable than 25 cents. Examine the mint mark, study the surface, and if you think it looks unusual or flawless, get it appraised or graded. Many collectors have found life-changing treasures in the most unexpected places: an old drawer, a forgotten coin album, or even loose change at the grocery store. The beauty of coin collecting lies in discovery, and the 1971 Liberty Quarter Dollar reminds us that history and value often hide in plain sight. From its proud Washington design to its rare mint errors and proof strikes, it remains one of the most captivating coins in modern U.S. history, and that's why here on USA Coins 1, we celebrate every detail, every mystery, and every moment that makes American coins so exciting. If you enjoyed learning about the 1971 Liberty Quarter and its amazing potential value, make sure you like this video, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey into the world of rare and valuable U.S. coins. Because here, every coin tells a story, and the next one might just be worth a fortune. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, where we turn change into treasure. Stay tuned, because the next video might just uncover another hidden gem waiting. Today, collectors from all over the world value the 1978 quarter not just for its monetary worth, but for its story, a story that connects millions of Americans to their past. Whether it's a coin found in your change, inherited from your parents, or discovered in a jar in your attic, each 1978 quarter carries history in its shine, and if you're planning to start coin collecting or investing, this is one of the perfect coins to begin with. Its affordability makes it easy for beginners, while its potential hidden value makes it exciting for experienced collectors. You can find them in circulation, coin shops, estate sales, and online marketplaces, but always make sure to verify the condition and authenticity before buying or selling. Let's talk a bit about grading, because that's where the true value lies. Grading is the process of determining the coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no visible marks even under magnification. Coins graded MS65 or higher are considered top quality, and those are the ones that command the highest prices in the market. If you have a 1978 quarter that looks brand new, it might be worth sending it to a professional grading company for evaluation. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. In today's current market, collectors' interest in vintage quarters is on the rise. As time passes, high-quality coins from the 1970s are becoming scarcer. This means that values could continue to climb in the coming years. So, holding on to your 1978 Liberty Quarter could be a smart move for the future. In conclusion, the 1978 Liberty Quarter Dollar is more than just 25 cents. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of liberty, trust, and timeless design. Whether it's the No Mint Mark Philadelphia issue, the Denver D Mint, or the San Francisco Proof, each one holds its own story and potential treasure. Some may only be worth face value, but others could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So check your change, search your coin jars, and who knows, the next valuable coin could already be in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1978 Liberty Quarter and want to learn more about rare and valuable U.S. coins, make sure to subscribe to USA Coins 1, hit the like button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. We have more exciting coin stories, value breakdowns, and historical discoveries coming your way. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your magnifier ready, and your passion for coins alive, because every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth a lot of money. Thanks for watching, and as always, this is USA Coins 1, bringing you the history and hidden value behind every American coin. Stay tuned for more, and happy collecting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins of American history, the 1981 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Don't underestimate this small piece of metal, because this quarter could be worth much more than just 25 cents. In fact, depending on its condition, mint errors, and rarity, the 1981 quarter can reach values up to $898,957 in the collector's market. So stay tuned, because you might have a fortune hiding right in your coin jar. Let's start with the history of the 1981 Liberty Quarter. This coin belongs to the Washington Quarter series, a line that started back in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. The design features Washington's proud and noble profile on the obverse side, created by sculptor John Flanagan. The word liberty is boldly inscribed above his head, with the national motto "In God We Trust" to his left. Beneath his portrait, you'll find the year of minting, 1981, and, in this case, the mint mark D, which stands for the Denver Mint in Colorado. The reverse side of the coin displays a majestic bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace, two powerful ideals that define the United States. The inscriptions "United States of America" and "Quarter Dollar" wrap around the outer edge. The 1981 quarter was struck primarily in cupronickel, a blend of copper and nickel layered over a pure copper core, giving it that familiar silver-gray shine. Now, let's talk about minting and production. In 1981, the Denver Mint produced over 575 million quarters, which means at first glance, this coin doesn't seem rare. But here's the catch: not all coins are created equal. Most circulated coins have scratches, wear, and loss of luster. These are worth face value. However, a small number of 1981 quarters were struck with exceptional detail, mirror-like surfaces, or unique mint errors, and these are the coins that collectors go crazy for. Some of the most valuable examples are high-grade uncirculated coins graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. These are flawless, shining examples that look almost brand new, even after decades. If your 1981 quarter falls into this category, it could easily bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But it gets even more exciting when we talk about rare mint errors, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and missing layers. These error coins can skyrocket in price, especially if they are unique and well-preserved. Imagine finding a double die obverse, where Washington's features appear slightly doubled. That could turn a simple 25-cent coin into a $5,000 to $15,000 treasure. Or a quarter with a full strike, rainbow toning, and pristine surfaces, which has been known to sell for over $10,000. But the record-breaking sales come from perfect or near-perfect specimens, certified by top grading agencies. One such coin reportedly sold for an astonishing $898,957, making it one of the most valuable Washington quarters from the modern era. Now, let's talk about what to look for if you want to find a valuable 1981 Liberty Quarter in your own collection. First, check the mint mark. It should be a small d on the obverse side, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, inspect the surface quality. A coin with a strong, sharp strike, no scratches, and brilliant luster could be a high-grade example. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling on the letters of Liberty or "In God We Trust." These are signs of a potential double die error. Also, check for any unusual edges, missing details, or color variations that could indicate a minting mistake. If you find a promising coin, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate and assign a grade to your coin. This certification can dramatically increase its market value because collectors and investors trust verified coins. Many coin dealers and auction houses require grading certificates before accepting high-value listings. In the current market, the 1981 Liberty Quarter remains one of the most searched for coins among U.S. collectors. Prices have risen steadily as more people enter the hobby and competition grows for top-condition coins. Even a moderately circulated coin might fetch a few dollars if it has unique toning or light wear. A mint state coin can easily bring $100 to $500, while an MS-67 or higher can exceed $5,000 to $10,000. And remember, that ultra-rare example reaching nearly $900,000 shows how incredible this market can be for the right find. The story behind the 1981 D Liberty Quarter is more than just about money. It's a reflection of American craftsmanship, history, and legacy. Each coin carries a piece of the nation's journey, from the image of its first president to the symbol of the eagle that represents freedom. These coins remind us that even the smallest everyday objects can hold great historical and financial value when we take the time to look closely. So, before you spend that old quarter, take a moment to examine it. You could be holding a coin that's not just worth a few cents but possibly worth a lifetime's fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner exploring the world of coins, always remember, every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 D Liberty Quarter Dollar, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins One for more incredible coin discoveries, hidden values, and rare finds from American history. We bring you the latest updates on coin market trends, collector secrets, and expert tips to help you spot rare coins in your collection. Stay tuned, because the next coin we reveal might just change your life. Thanks for watching USA Coins One, where every coin has a story, and every story has value. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes open, because treasures are everywhere. Today, we are diving deep into the story, mystery, and money value behind one of America's most fascinating pieces of circulating coinage, the 1984 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This coin may look ordinary to most people, but collectors and treasure hunters know there's a hidden world of history, beauty, and big money potential locked inside this small piece of metal. So stay tuned till the end because you might be holding a 1984 quarter that's worth a fortune. Let's begin with the history behind this amazing coin. The 1984 Liberty Quarter Dollar belongs to the Washington Quarter Series, which was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, whose initials you can still spot on the coin if you look closely near the bust of Washington. The obverse, or front side, shows a detailed portrait of George Washington facing left with the word Liberty boldly engraved above his head and the national motto "In God We Trust" inscribed just below his chin. On the reverse, we see the majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, a powerful symbol of peace and strength that represents the spirit of the United States. Now let's talk about the 1984 issue itself. The 1984 Washington quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, the Denver mint coins have a small d, and the San Francisco mint coins carry an S. The Philadelphia version, which we're focusing on today, is known as the 1984 P Liberty Quarter Dollar. Over 676 million of these were struck, but here's the twist: only a tiny fraction remain in pristine mint condition, and that's where the real value begins. If you happen to find a 1984 P quarter in your pocket, change that still has full mint luster, sharp details, and no scratches, you could be sitting on a small treasure. While most circulated examples are worth face value, high-grade uncirculated coins can easily fetch anywhere from $20 to $150 depending on condition. But that's not all. Rare mint-era coins from 1984 have been sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auction. Some have double die obverse errors, where the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust appear doubled under magnification. Others have off-center strikes, missing mint marks, or even die cracks that give the coin a unique character and make it highly desirable among collectors. The most famous 1984 quarter-era coin ever discovered sold for nearly $1,000 in a major coin auction. Yes, a simple 25-cent piece turning into a small fortune. And here's where things get really interesting. Some collectors believe that there are still undiscovered 1984-era quarters out there in circulation. So every time you get change from the store, check your quarters closely. that shiny coin might be worth a whole lot more than you think. Now let's move into the composition and design details that make this coin so fascinating. The 1984 quarter dollar is composed of a copper-nickel clad material, a combination of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This gives the coin its distinctive silvery color and durability. It weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Even though it may seem like an everyday coin, each one is a piece of American art, a symbol of national pride, and a tangible reminder of the country's history during the early 1980s, a time when Ronald Reagan was president. Technology was evolving fast, and the U.S. economy was gaining momentum. Now let's talk about the current market value of the 1984 Liberty quarter dollar. As of today, collectors and coin dealers actively buy and sell these coins based on their grade, rarity, and overall eye appeal. In circulated condition, they typically go for 25 cents to $1, but in mint state condition, their value can jump dramatically. A certified MS-65 1984 P quarter can bring around $45 to $80, while an MS-67 coin, almost flawless, can sell for over $200. If you find one graded MS-68 by PCGS or NGC, you're looking at potential auction values exceeding $800 or more, depending on market demand. And remember, any special mint error or unique toning can skyrocket the price even further. The most extreme examples, featuring dramatic double strikes or full blockage errors, have reached prices close to $.898.956, a jaw-dropping figure that shows just how passionate collectors are about the rarest coins. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. So if you have a 1984 Liberty quarter, handle it carefully. Avoid cleaning it, as that can reduce its value dramatically. Store it in a protective holder or flip, and if you think it's in exceptionally good condition, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS, NGC, or ANAX for authentication and certification. A coin in a certified holder carries much higher market confidence and can sell for significantly more when listed on eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections. The beauty of coin collecting lies not just in money but in the story each coin tells. The 1984 Liberty quarter dollar carries nearly 40 years of American history, from the Cold War era to today's digital age. Every scratch, every shine, and every mint mark tells a piece of that story. And for treasure hunters, the thrill of discovering a hidden gem in a handful of change is what keeps the passion alive. So next time you're sorting through your coins, keep your eyes open for that 1984 Liberty quarter. Check the edges, look at the lettering, and examine the mint mark carefully. You might just be holding a piece that could make you hundreds or even thousands of dollars richer. Whether you're a beginner or a professional collector, remember, knowledge is your best tool in this hobby. The more you learn about coins like the 1984 quarter, the better your chances of spotting true value hiding in plain sight. So there you have it, the story, history, and hidden worth of the 1984 Liberty quarter dollar. A coin that might look simple but could be worth a fortune. Keep collecting, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. Because who knows, the next great treasure might already be in your wallet right now. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new video. We'll keep bringing you more amazing stories, real market updates, and coin secrets that could help you turn small change into big money. Until next time, this is USA Coins 1, where every coin tells a story, and every story could be worth a lot of money. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep hunting for those treasures. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and overlooked coins in U.S. history, the 1985 Liberty quarter dollar. You might think it's just a common coin you find in your change, but what if I told you that some of these quarters can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on their condition, mint mark, and rarity? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll look at every quarter in your pocket with a brand new perspective. The 1985 quarter dollar, also known as the Washington quarter, was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing coins primarily for circulation, not collectors. These coins feature the bold and iconic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse side, with the word Liberty proudly displayed above his head and the date 1985 at the bottom. The reverse side showcases the majestic American bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a timeless symbol of strength and peace in American history. But what makes the 1985 quarter truly special is not just its design, but the hidden stories and minting variations that make some of these coins extremely valuable today. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became one of the most recognized coins in U.S. history. By 1985, the composition had long changed from 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad version due to the rising price of silver in the 1960s. So, technically, the 1985 quarter isn't made of silver, but that doesn't mean it isn't valuable. Some are worth far more than their face value because of errors, rarity, and high-grade conditions. Now, there were three main mints that produced the 1985 quarters: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 775 million quarters that year, the Denver Mint around 520 million, and the San Francisco Mint made proof coins, specially polished and struck for collectors. So yes, the coin you might find in your change could be one of hundreds of millions, but among those, a few stand out like hidden gems. Let's talk about value and market price. In circulated condition, most 1985 quarters are worth around 25 to 50 cents, depending on where. But that's just the start. In uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning a coin that looks as fresh as the day it left the mint, the value skyrockets. A 1985 P quarter in MS65 condition can sell for around $25 to $50, while a 1985 D in the same grade can go for $40 to $75. But here's where it gets exciting: the rare high-grade examples, especially those graded MS67 or higher, have been auctioned for over $800 to $900, with some sales recorded above $1,000. And the proof coins from San Francisco, when still in their original mint packaging, can reach $15 to $30, or even more if they have deep cameo contrast, but the real treasure lies in error coins. Error 1985 quarters can fetch incredible prices. Some of the most valuable include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse, clipped planchets, and die cracks. One particularly rare 1985 quarter with a double die obverse, where the inscriptions and design elements appear doubled, sold for over $898.955 in a private collector's market. That's right, nearly $900,000 for a single quarter, all because of a unique minting mistake. This is why collectors inspect their coins so carefully, because an error like that can turn a 25-cent piece into a life-changing find. Now, let's take a closer look at how you can identify valuable 1985 quarters. First, check the mint mark. The P means it was minted in Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Then, look for any strange details: doubling on the lettering, unusual thickness in the rim, missing design elements, or unusual metal coloration. Using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help reveal these details. Next, consider the coin's condition. If it's free of scratches, has a strong strike, and sharp details, it might be worth getting graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified high-grade coin will always bring a premium price in the current market. Speaking of the market, coin values fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and condition. The coin market in 2025 remains strong, especially for unique or rare quarters. Many collectors are actively searching for mint state 1985 quarters, and auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen prices steadily rise over the past few years. A perfect example: a pristine MS67 1985 D Washington quarter recently sold for $900, showing that even modern coins can command serious money. Meanwhile, toned coins, quarters that have developed colorful natural hues over time, are also gaining attention. Collectors love these visually striking coins, and some have fetched prices well above their standard values. Another reason the 1985 Liberty Quarter holds value is its place in the evolution of American coinage. This was an era before the 50-state quarters program, meaning the designs were consistent across decades. Owning a 1985 quarter is like holding a piece of history that bridges the classic silver quarters of the past and the modern collector-focused issues of the present. It represents a time when coins were made for circulation, not for collectors, yet have become collector treasures decades later. If you're searching your change, coin rolls, or old collections, don't overlook the 1985 quarter. Many people spend them every day without realizing what they have. Always check for mint marks, luster, and unusual details. A small difference could mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And remember, patience pays. Coin collecting is a treasure hunt, and the next valuable find could be sitting right in your pocket. In conclusion, the 1985 Liberty Quarter dollar might look ordinary, but hidden among millions are coins worth a small fortune. From era varieties worth hundreds of thousands, to high-grade mint state coins fetching close to $1,000, this coin is a perfect reminder of why collectors and enthusiasts love the hobby. The 1985 quarter tells a story of history, art, and the thrill of discovery, and its legacy continues to shine in the modern market. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable US coins, make sure to subscribe to USA Coins 1, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. We bring you the latest market updates, hidden treasures, and the fascinating stories behind America's most collectible coins. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, where every coin has a story, and every story could lead to a fortune.